If you wanted to know about the shotgun that took me to the second place of the world stage, you've come to the right place. Today I will be talking about my Benelli M2 Speed World Shoot Edition. This is the shotgun that I have shot for 5 days in Pattaya, Thailand, in awful humidity, in 30 degrees. Also is the shotgun that withstood all of that. I've done so many improvements, so many tuning and modifications to my Benelli M2 Speed that I didn't think it was possible to do so. So without further ado, here are all of the modifications that I did to the shotgun that I took to the world shoot with me. To start off, I have the 24-inch barrel. I changed the magazine tube for telescopic modifier mag tube. My dad have opened up the loading port a little bit more to favor my strong hand loading, also smoothing out the edges and polishing the whole loading window. The safety was way too strong on this specific gun that I've got, so he had took down one coil of a spring from the safety so it would feel exactly the same way my other M2 Speed feels, or exactly the same way my Benelli M2 SP feels. Also, because Benelli M2 Speed, they have a Comfort Edge 3 stocks. At the time, we didn't have any available shorter pads for them or shorter stocks. My dad had actually cut down the stock of this shotgun so it would fit me better. We took down the bolt release button as on every other shotgun that I own. Again, that's just my preference. It's the same thing we also did on my Benelli M2 SP, and that was polishing the carrier ledge just a little bit so it would let my quad loads go in smoother, as well as cutting one side of the lifter. But the main star of modification and tuning process for this specific shotgun was actually the whole trigger group, because I wanted to have an auto lifter on it. I didn't want to just have a lifter. I want to work as the whole mechanism. So auto lifter trigger group that we had, it was for Benelli M2 SP. Both shotguns are so different that he had to go over and over again over my new trigger group with the auto loading lifter to make it fit into my Benelli M2 Speed. He had to wield it and then to cut it and then to polish it and to go through that process quite a few times to actually make it fit into my Benelli M2 Speed. But that was the only part we tuned that didn't make it to the final cut of my shotgun, that I didn't take with me to the world shoot because it was not reliable enough. I had competed at CISO in 2023 with the auto lifter. When it worked well, but unfortunately it wasn't reliable enough. I couldn't understand how often it wouldn't work on my gun, because on all of the options restarts it would work perfectly, yet in the middle of the stage it would just not let my bolt close. My dad had spent a lot of time on it trying to make it fit the shotgun, not only trying to make it fit the shotgun but also making it work and making it reliable. It didn't matter whatever he did, it was still not enough for it to work properly. And that's not something I wanted for my shotgun, especially traveling so far away. I was just decided that the easier it is to work with a shotgun, the easier it will be for me to shoot a match. I didn't want any additional stress to take over in the middle of the stage or all throughout the week of shooting. So I didn't take the trigger group with me. Before World Shoot, I went over all of the chugs that I own with the shotgun, for this shotgun, and the ammo that I know would be a match ammo in Thailand. Improved cylinder short version. Launch shot is full choke. That's what I call buttering. That's what all of the shooters do. Trying a new ammo, trying match ammo, trying to find ammo that works for them. Now, those were all of the modifications I did to my gun for it to be World Shoot proof. You might ask, why did I do any of them? Because I myself claim Benelli M2 Speed to be ready out of the box. And that is true. But to understand the meaning behind all of the modifications, what it meant for me personally, we have to go back to 2023 when I was preparing for the World Shoot. That took 5 years to come to life.